Beyond Good and Evil turned 20 and it's coming out again. And also take a look at the new releases coming out this week of June 20th, 2024. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. The first game on the list is Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition. This got on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The rating is teen. Content descriptions, comic mischief, and violence. This is an action-adventure game in which players assume the role of a reporter accompanied by a pig-like companion, fascinating conspiracy on the planets of Hillis. From a third-person perspective, players explore fantasy locations, take photos of evidence, solve puzzles, and fight robot and alien enemies. Combat is sometimes fast-paced, with players using melee weapons to strike stylized enemies and generally break apart or vanish into puffs of smoke. One boss battle depicts a squid-like alien stabbed in the eye, with yellow-green splatter effects. Now let's take a look at Graven. This got on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. The rating is mature. Content descriptions, blood and gore, and violence. This is an action role-playing game in which players assume the role of a man of faith battling evil forces in a fantasy world. From a first-person perspective, players explore towns, solve puzzles, and engage in melee magic fights with stylized fantasy enemy creatures. Players use staffs and swords to beat and slash enemies in close-up combat. Combat is highlighted by large splatters of blood, cries of pain, and occasional decapitation of enemies. Some environments depict bloody piles of corpses. Large bloodstains also appear on the ground. Players have the ability to inflict damage on dead bodies, resulting in more blood effects and dismemberment. The next game on our list is Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. This got on Nintendo Switch. The rating is everyone. Content descriptions, fantasy violence. This is an action platformer in which players control a monkey inside a ball on a quest to find a legendary banana. Players roll through stages, avoid traps, collect bananas, and occasionally engage in multiplayer matches. Throughout the game, players can use various power-ups. Some characters yelp out when hit and fly through the air from explosions. In battle mode, players can use a Katurni missile to knock other players away. Now let's take a deep dive into Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. This got on Nintendo Switch. The rating is everyone. Content descriptions, mild fantasy violence. This is an adventure game in which players assume the role of Luigi as he retrieves mysterious artifacts. Players search haunted houses while using a flashlight and a vacuum pack to suck up objects and capture ghosts. Some ghosts can punch Luigi, causing him to cry out, blink, and collapse to the ground. Other sequences allow players to shoot seeds at mice and launch cartoony bombs at enemy creatures. And the last game of today's list is Tchia. This is coming on Nintendo Switch. The rating is teen. Content descriptions, blood and gore, crude humor, language, and violence. This is an open-world adventure game in which players assume the role of a woman on a quest to rescue her father from a tyrant. As players traverse the tropical island environment, they can possess animals and objects to help battle fantasy creatures. Players use lamps to set fabric monsters on fire, use a slingshot to shoot an eyeball creature, and throw bombs to blow up other enemies. Battles are accompanied by large explosions and impact sounds. Stylized cutscenes depict additional instances of violence and blood. A possessed machete serving a man's head, a baby receiving a slight cut by a villain, a beheaded chicken running around while spurting out blood. The game contains instances of crude humor, cows and birds emitting feces, a giant character vomiting green slime. In one sequence, a character can be seen raising their middle finger. And the rest of the games on today's list are also coming out, but no information was available. Please follow Parents Guide to Games on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, and email any questions at parentsg2g@gmail.com. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.